Hi Stampers, it's Madeline from stampingwithmadeline.stampinup.net, and I had a great event that I went to on Saturday. It was called Stamp a Stack, where we were able to make 10 different cards, and it was a really awesome experience because there was lots of tables. There was 10 tables with instructions on how to make every card that you were sitting at, and you were able to take those instructions and put together your card. So all the card materials just came in a regular envelope, and we had to put it together. So let me get ready all my cards so I can show you what awesome cards we made. All right. So the first one that I did was one of my favorites. So this is the card that we made. And this is a stamp set called Bella and Friends, this little puppy and the parrot. And there is a stamped balloon underneath there as well. So that is Bella and Friends, and that's a photopolymer stamp set. So in order to get that stamped the way that we wanted, we used this piercing pad, which I've showed you in the previous video. And so that makes it so you can get a really nice clean cut, not clean cut, but clean image of your stamp. So along with that, these are actually from the Sprinkles of Life photopolymer stamp set. So we stamped that with Pacific Point ink. So Pacific Point paper is behind here, and then we have garden green paper. So it worked out well. We used blender pens and colored in the parrot with garden green ink, and then we colored in the dog with the blender pen and a basic gray ink pad. Then we used the balloon punch, and we used some real red to punch out the red balloon. So this was one of my really favorite cards, and this sentiment is on the Bella and Friends photopolymer stamp set. All right, so that is that card. So one down, 9 more to go. Okay, next we had a beautiful Christmas card. I absolutely love this card. Take a look at that. It is just beautiful. If you look at the shimmer of it, oh, I just love it. Okay, so for this one, we had the whole stamp set together is the Star of Light photopolymer stamp set, but also it came with the framelets for the Star of Light as well. So you see, this is a very detailed card, but it was super simple. So back here we have like the fairy dust behind it. So that was part of the stamp. We have the framelets. So we have metallic paper here, or actually foil sheets of the silver, and that's what got us this. Then behind it we have dazzling diamond glitter paper, and then we have pool party paper. So this is all, you can make all of this with the framelets and your Big Shot. It's super simple. So after we did the stamp of this nice sentiment from Star of Light and the fairy dust behind it, we put it through the Big Shot to get this with an emboss folder to get this texture on the card. So this was the dots embossing folder that you can get on my website. And then behind here we continue with the pool party. So this was the pool party paper behind. So really great card and super simple. And we put a little embellishment of a diamond in the middle to make it really sparkle. That was one of my favorites. Okay. Next up, we had a very nice simple card, not a holiday one. I loved this one. This was just a really nice card that you could use at any time. So it could be a thank you card, it could be a birthday card. I really loved the sun in the background. So how we made this is the bridge and the sun and the birds are from the Wherever You Go photopolymer stamp set. And the sentiment is from Picture Perfect photopolymer stamp set. So we did all the stamping. It was really easy because it was that photopolymer clear stamps. So you could see through of how to put this bridge on so that it would match right up with the sun. And this is the Floral Boutique Designer Series paper. So just a little bit of that so you could use your scrap to make that little banner. You could do the card without it if you wanted, but we wanted to do it with it. So this is Night of Navy, the paper and also the stamping. And the basic gray is behind here, and all these cards were on Whisper White cardstock, so we just added this a colored paper on top to make it really pop. Okay, so that's it for that one. Okay, here's a super cute one. Oh my gosh, don't you just love it? So This is real red back here, and then we have the crumb cake paper, but it was put through the Big Shot with the cable knit embossing folder, and just look at that detail. It really pops right out of the page. I love it. This is a white doily that you can get in a pack of, I think, 24 for pretty inexpensive. Then this is a real red cutout. So what we did was this background actually has this cut out of it, but it's so nice because that helps you save paper, because you're not going to see that hole behind the crumb cake with the cable knit sweater embossing folder on it. So we were able to put that on top. And then this is actually from the Candy Cane Lane Designer Series paper packet. So these were just cut right out, and look at that. It looks so great. This is the real red, let's see, stitched edged ribbon. So look how nice that is. And then we just did a sentiment on the Whisper White, and we made it into a banner. And we used some of the metallic thread just to put a little bit of an embellishment on it. Isn't that so cute? I just love the little house. Okay. Next is not a holiday one, but this was really nice. So this is a little bit different than the other ones. So first what we did is that these two Whisper White, the whole thing is Whisper White. It opens like this. I kind of want to put, for the next time that I make this, I kind of want to put something here to kind of make it go along with it. But for this one, it was just this. This is what our instructions were. So we had pieces of Whisper White that were separate. As you can see, they're not part of the card. And first we stamped them with this stamp that was Timeless Textures. So we stamped it with Old Olive, and it's nice because it really gives it that like vintage look of not fully stamping, which I like. And then the other stamps, this one is from Butterfly Basics, so it's Sending Wishes Your Way. So this whole thing was done in Old Olive. We used a dauber and did the sides. So a dauber, I don't have one right on me, but it's like a little piece of foam inside like a finger nimble. And you put it in the ink, and then you daub it around to try to get that nice image on it. So that was very, very cute. Okay, next one, for the life of me, I could not find, look how pretty this is first. Oh, it's so pretty. And the bird glimmers. I could not find where this stamp is from. So first we did the background, and then we did the stamp of the tree on top. So if anyone knows, please let me know, because I searched the catalogs and I didn't see anything. But the rest is this stamp, and inside, these are from Peace This Christmas, and I just love these sentiments. They look so beautiful. So what we did for this was we stamped this down in a suede. And then once that dried, we stamped it with Whisper White, and we embossed it. So we have the embossing powder after we did the embossing buddy, which takes all the smudges and all of that off so that the embossing powder doesn't stick to anything. We then put the embossing powder on, and then you heat it, and it turns into this textured, beautiful image that I just love. Kind of shines a little bit in a way too. So this was a Whisper White card. Real red paper, real red ink, real red for the bird as well. And again, if anyone knows what stamp set this is from, I'm very curious, so please leave it in the comments if you know. Okay. Oh, this one was so much fun. This was like your own creativity. Look how beautiful that is. I just love it. So there's a lot of stuff going on in this card, so let's get right to it. So we have some smoky slate background here, some crumb cake, and then this was Whisper White, and we turned it into what we wanted. So the butterfly is from In This World. It's a photopolymer stamp set. And then the rest of these, there's backgrounds and these stamps. This was really a collage effect. So we did these stamps first very lightly in the crumb cake. We did not want them to be very dark because, as you can see, we put a lot of stuff over it. And then we also did some awesomely artistic dots here to make it so that like all of these are from that awesomely artistic photopolymer stamp set. This I thought was a stamp. When I saw the card in the picture of what we were going to make, I'm like, wow, what is that? But it's actually Affectionately Yours tape with tape that you can use. So what we did is we stamped this twice. So we stamped the background of the butterfly, so it's this whole thing, and then we put the butterfly on stamping dimensional so it moved. It would pop off the page a little bit, so I really liked that. We used sequin trim to put some sequins around, and before we put the butterfly on and the sequins and the tape, we did this sponging effect in the background, which was really, really fun. So what we did is we had little pieces of tape that had like paper on it to tell us what color it was, and we just went around and kind of did our own thing, which was super creative and just super fun to do. So what we did was, this is actually the pool party, and then we did, I think it is Melon Mambo that we did, and it was just really fun because we could make it whatever we wanted. Super creative, super you. Everyone's card looked different, which I really liked. All right. Next, oh, I love every single one of these cards. This one is so pretty. Look at that. This is from the Petals and Paisleys in the holiday catalog. So a good thing to remember about the holiday catalog is that it will be done January 1st. So if you want anything from it, you got to get it as soon as you can. And there are some beautiful things in there that you don't want to miss that I'm showing you on these cards that we made. So everything on here mostly is from that Petals and Paisleys DSP, or group. I'm having trouble saying stuff. This is from the DSP, so that designer series paper, just this part. Then we have this nice copper paper in here. So this is the copper foil sheet. So all of these are on the same pages in the holiday catalog. Then we have an embossing foil that is Pretty Paisley's textured. So that's what gave us this really nice image back here. This is from the Photopolymer stamp set of the Petals and Paisleys. We have some Night of Navy ribbon here, the Baker's Twine. The background is Night of Navy as well, and so is this stamp. So it really played off nicely. We brought in that Night of Navy color to really play together to make a beautiful card, so I really love that. And also, you can get the Photopolymer stamp set of that Petals and Paisleys, and there's also the framelits for these so you can easily cut them out. What a beautiful card. Okay, this one is one of my favorite holiday stamp sets that I didn't think would be my favorite, but I just love it. Okay, so this is a Father Christmas Photopolymer stamp set. So that's what all of this is. And what we did was we used the Warmth and Cheer paper. So that's back here, the green and the red, and the green back here. And then we used crumb cake for this and this. We used the blender pens to kind of color this in. One I did with some chalk marker to kind of accent the white, but I thought it was a little much. I like that detail in there. With the chalk pen, you don't really see. Then we used cherry cobbler and espresso markers and the blender pen. So in different parts, you could use the markers if you want. I mostly did the blender pen. But where we really did use the markers is these stamps. So we wanted that antique looking. So we used espresso, and we just used the marker on its side and colored in the stamp pad. And you can do that because it acts just like the ink pads do. So that I had never done that technique, so that was really nice to do. Here is some of the decorative tape you can find in the holiday catalog, and this was the Burlap Ribbon. And I forgot to say, this Santa was colored or was inked in Stays on ink, because when you use the blender pen, this would all mush together if you use the regular black ink. You want to use permanent ink in order to get that image. Isn't this so pretty? And again, we used all Whisper White first for these cards. All right, I can't believe we're already to the last one. Okay, so this one, look at that. Oh, it's just so pretty. This was a really difficult one to make. It was hard to cut out the leaves. It was hard to get the ribbon together on this. But in the end, I really love it. So these are vintage leaves, photopolymer stamp set. We also use the leaflets, framelits to cut these out. We used all neutral colors. So there's crumb cake in here, soft suede, espresso, and we kind of changed it up and it looks just so beautiful. I really love this card. Okay. All right, I just wanted to take a second to thank you all for watching my previous videos and giving me feedback. I am very new at this and very new at videotaping and doing all of these videos, but I just really appreciate all the feedback that you give because that really helps me. So I really appreciate it. There'll be lots of more videos coming up. We're going to be doing some paper pumpkin alternatives. I have some holiday cards coming up, and I am doing a few different swaps, so I'm going to have lots of card ideas that are coming to the table. So thank you for checking out my video. Make sure to check out my website, stampinwithmadelyn.stampinup.net, to get some of these awesome products that I mentioned. And for now, keep stamping, stampers!